How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have for you all Moments Extreme completed. I'm also going to be going over some tips and tricks on how to complete it. But as you see from the screenshot, I do have the Andrew Miller unlocked. Warning is all the way finished, and this is this part 2 of Moments Extreme. So I am going to be going over a little bit on how I was able to complete some of these missions, which ones were a little bit more challenging for me, and which ones are actually included in this video. So in this one, you have to hit 7 home runs in 10 games with Joey Gallo, and I don't think it was all that difficult. It took me a few tries just because I did not want to use the close out of the application method. And what that means is basically if you get down to the last couple of games or the last few at-bats where you have to hit these home runs with Joey Gallo and you're not able to, you can always close out of the application and reset. I wanted to try and complete it the way that it was intended to be completed, so that's exactly what I did. However, the computer is also going to rob you, so at the same time they robbed me of a home run there. So I came down to 4 games left with 4 homers remaining, and I was able to hit this one out right here. Some tips on how to do this is just to power swing, react to the fastball over the middle of the plate, try and get your PCI under it, and power swing. That's probably the best way to go. There I power swung on a pitch up and above the zone. I swung early enough, and I was able to hit it out for a home run. That was actually the home run to complete the moment. The one moments I didn't really have too much difficulty with were the 10 bases with Honus Wagner. If you just power swing, you're facing a pretty terrible lefty in that moment, and if you hit 2 home runs and a double, then you do collect those 10 bases. Very similar to the Albert Pujols moment. Same type of hits or tips and tricks there. But in this one, you are down 5 runs facing the 99 Signature Series Kenley Jansen. I would recommend getting your leadoff guy and maybe your number 2 hole guy on base with some good speed. And if you're not able to do this, just go ahead and restart until you get a couple guys on base for your 3-hole hitter or somebody to hit a 3-run shot, an extra base hit, something to cash in a couple runs early. You really only have 2 innings to go ahead and tie this game up. So you want to tack on a couple runs in the first opportunity, and that way you're setting yourself up for the second inning. The computer can also score some runs, so you're going up against the opponents on all-star difficulty that are Signature Series players. I got extremely lucky in that situation. Tony Gwynn out there in right field, or whoever his right fielder was, missed that ball out there, and I was able to walk it off with George Brett in the bottom of the 12th inning. So I was able to clutch it out, complete the moment. One thing to keep in mind when you're completing this moment in particular, the Kenley Jansen one, is that they don't have any other relievers in their bullpen. So if you tire Kenley out, he won't have any stamina, and that's exactly what happened here. I was able to hit a walk-off home run. But let's go ahead and hop into this next one. This one probably gave me the most trouble. It is the moment where you have to strike out 35 batters on Hall of Fame difficulty without giving up 5 runs in a series of 5 games. So you need 7 strikeouts per game using Justin Verlander, Bob Gibson, Bob Feller, Lefty Grove, and Nolan Ryan. And you can also do this without playing all 5 games, but you will have to be on pitcher lock for 5 of these 9-inning games. Now, I'm not going to take you guys through all of the 35 strikeouts in this one. I wanted to kind of give some tips on how to approach some of these live series hitters, because you are facing live series players with a lot of these active quirks. And what I mean by that is quirks that affect the PCI, similar to I guess online play when you're using them yourself. I mean, when the computer is using these, they are able to hit the fastballs and the breaking balls very effectively with guys that have those quirks. Dead Red, breaking ball hitter, even Road Warrior, as well as Night Player. So you keep that in mind when you're playing these moments. Look at the I guess the quirks that each individual player has by pressing left on your D-pad. That will bring them up. These opponents are going to have really tough at-bats against you. I'm going to take you guys through a couple of them, how I'm going to kind of attack these hitters. Once I get into a pitching count, an 0-2 count, a 1-2 count, I'm going to try to expand the zone a little bit, make them chase pitches off the plate, looking to get those strikeouts, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They start fouling some pitches off, they start knocking base hits, hitting those pitches. I'm trying to set the changeup up, though, because if you're able to, you are going to go ahead and get more strikeouts that way, facing cards that have those quirks. So I think that a lot of these live series hitters do indeed have some of those quirks, and you really want to try and establish yourself to get a few strikeouts, per inning, or get a couple strikeouts throughout the game, and try and get at least 7 strikeouts per game. But I kind of quickly fast forwarded a few strikeouts there. I went from 24 to 20. I was able to lock it down with Bob Feller and Bob Gibson as well. But I did give up 5 runs. As you see from the right-hand side there, I was 1 strikeout away. And that's the thing about these moments. Don't get frustrated with these things. Yes, I was a little bit frustrated. 1 strikeout away. Mike Trout drives in an RBI single, and I was unable to complete it. But we're going to go ahead and give it another shot with Lefty Grove here. This time I did not give up 5 runs. I didn't give up any runs, and I got all 35 strikeouts, finishing the moment in the 6th inning with Lefty Grove on the mound. So this is something to keep in mind. You don't have to play all 5 games. If you're able to get the 35 strikeouts, then you're going to go ahead and stop the moment. Right when you do, you're going to be able to complete it. For this last moment, the one I'm going to be talking more about is the one where you're going up against Clayton Kershaw. It's for the Signature Series pack. It's the last moment of them all. I didn't really feel like there was any strategy behind the Yetis one, but for this one, I went with an all right-handed lineup for the most part, and then, of course, Griffey, but I did want to go with all righties because you are facing Kershaw, and this is on Hall of Fame as well. You're going to want a power swing. You're going to want to drive the ball into the gaps pretty hard because the opponent, or the computer in this situation, has Willie Mays in center field, Ricky Henderson in left field. They're going to be able to track down a lot of these balls into the gap. Anytime you don't power swing or you don't square the ball up perfectly with X, it's more than likely going to result in just a single, especially playing at Polo Grounds. I started this game off with consecutive extra base hits, so that's something that to keep in mind as well. If you don't start the game off with a couple extra base hits, a couple runs scored, or get that stolen base out of the way, then just go ahead and reset this one, and you will start off with your Diamond Dynasty team top of the lineup. So that's also awesome to keep in mind. I think you're using your number 4 Diamond Dynasty pitcher in this one as well, so keep that in mind when you're building your rotation. On my Ranked Seasons team, I have Zach Greinke as my number 4, and I'm going to look to try and attack these hitters and as well as the pitcher. I mean, that's something to keep in mind as you're going up against these moments and these trying to get these strikeouts. You need 8 in this one, 35 in the last moment that I was talking about. So you're going to always face the pitcher. That's a very important at-bat. Try and focus up. Try and get the confidence up on some of the pitches that you don't have confidence on. And also try and get that strikeout so that way you can increase your confidence as well as complete the mission. So that last home run did indeed give me enough stats to complete the hitting aspect of the moment. Then I needed 3 more strikeouts, and I needed to win the game still. I was able to complete it. I was able to score 7 runs against that Kershaw and Dennis Eckersley on Hall of Fame. So we are going to go ahead and open up some of these packs. We do have a variety of packs, 10-pack bundle from one of those moments. We have a headliner pack that includes an exclusive Signature Series player. We also have the Signature Series pack. So we will have a couple guaranteed diamonds in this video, hopefully. I mean, we have the All-Star Game pack as well. That is something that I think is cool that they implemented that into this program. You're able to unlock a couple different varieties of these packs that they had released earlier in the season, stuff that they have not had in the pack store for a little bit. If I'm able to get lucky and pull the mid-tier for that Signature Series pack, that will be an absolute dub, I think. I'm excited to try and unlock the rare tier for that pack. I have yet to pull more than a base Signature Series card in that pack, so I'm excited to open up that one. This was a long grind, and I think that just for that pack, it is absolutely worth it. I'm hoping that the Andrew Miller is a really good card, and I'm going to be debuting him in my live stream tomorrow. Actually, I guess technically today, this morning when I'm uploading this video. So I will be going ahead and trying to use him in some ranked seasons, making a push towards World Series. And I'm also going to be debuting a couple other cards that I recently picked up. I also picked up that Jim Edmonds. I want to try him out. If you haven't checked out the previous video, I will have that video linked in the comment section down below. Be sure to check that one out. It will also have how to unlock the part 1 of this Conquest, or this Moments Extreme. I keep calling it Conquest Extreme because that's what we had last year, but I think that it's very similar to that mode, and it didn't take nearly as much time because I was able to finish it in one day, obviously, and it didn't really take me that long. I mean, I would say 7 or 8 hours total, and that's just because I also took some breaks, time to make this video. But let's open up this pack, and we do get the mid-tier, so that's nice. I think that George Brett is the best card in this pack, but I'm going to go ahead and select Hanley Ramirez. I want to try this card out, and he's a really good all-around player. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Well, we, of course, get to Andrew Miller, but thank you guys so much for watching. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.